few seconds. Excellent. Good. All right, that's good. A few seconds. All right. You may hear some feedback, but I will change that. Excellent. Perfect. Good. Okay. Awesome. All right. We are live with Rhian Adams from Dubai. Woo! How is everyone doing out there in Facebook land? Thank you for joining us on Healthy Living with Eric Sue podcast. I am excited to introduce to you all Rhian Adams. And so, first of all, Rhian, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
I can.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be for the podcast, so I'm going to start in 3, 2, and 1. Hey guys, Eric Sue here. Welcome to another episode of Healthy Living with Eric Sue. We have an outgoing and hard-working personal trainer with us today. Her name is Rhian Adams. We will be talking about pregnancy and exercise. So without any delay, let me introduce you all to Rhian. Rhian, are you ready to make it happen?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Awesome. Rhian lives in Dubai working as a lifestyle engineer. She helps people lead a more healthy lifestyle through exercise regularly, making good nutritious choices, sleeping better, stressing less, and living an overall balanced and happy life. She not only gives them support, direction, and accountability, but she encourages and empowers her clients to become more independent and confident in living their own fitness journey. Rhianna, that was just a little bit about what you do and who you are. Can you share with us a little bit more on how you got started?
Yeah, so I've been in Dubai 3 years now. Absolutely love it here. And yeah, you're right in everything you said. So it's kind of similar to a personal trainer in a way. So have you heard of that quote? Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll never go hungry again. So basically, similar to a trainer. Trainer takes people in the gym, gives them a real good session, sweating buckets, burning lots of calories, and then they'll book the next session in for a couple of days' time. Mine is a similar position, whereas I teach, encourage, and empower my client to be a little bit more independent in their own fitness journey. So that, for instance, in Dubai, people come here for a season, maybe a year or two, and then they leave. So what I want to do is equip them, prepare them to be in control and lead their own fitness journey. So leaving the UK for me was, it had a big effect on me because a lot of my clients stopped training, put on a lot of weight, didn't train for a long, long time. And I thought, right, I want to be more than a trainer. I want to make sure that I have an impact on people's lives. If I leave the country or if I have time off, then they'll go ahead and be athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Let me ask you this other question my audience really loves to hear, which is what's one cool or unique fact about yourself?
Cool or unique fact? I have a camel called Mona, and she is also pregnant. So I'm 16 weeks pregnant at the minute, and my camel is 3 months pregnant. So she is due to have a baby next February.
Wow.
So
I guess they have some unique rules or regulations about animals out there in Dubai, huh?
Yeah. They people have quite extravagant pets out here.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Okay.
You see something new every day in Dubai.
Awesome. Awesome. And by the way, for anyone who's listening to this in the U.S. or Chicagoland area or wherever, it is like 6 degrees Celsius or about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Dubai, what is it out there?
It was 39, 40 degrees today. Very, very hot.
That's in Celsius, right? That's Celsius.
Yeah.
And so that's equivalent to almost 100 degrees, right? 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's going to get a lot hotter.
Yeah.
So
awesome. It's a very, very warm, hot weather in Dubai. But I'm so glad you're on today, Rhianna. And I wanted to talk about and dive into this topic of pregnancy and exercise. And it's special to you because you said you were 16 weeks, and there are probably a lot of women out there who are wondering about this whole pregnancy and exercise topic. What can you share with us about that topic?
So I've trained pre and postnatal females for a good few years, so it's finally my turn. I've been with my husband 3 years now. We didn't plan to get pregnant for another 2-3 years, but it's a big blessing, and we're very excited. So there's lots and lots. Do you want me to share some of the benefits of fit pregnancy?
Yeah, let's just go through the whole list of ideas.
Yeah.
About questions maybe people have about do it, not do it, how to do it, and things like that.
Yeah. Well, to start with, a fit pregnancy means you're basically getting ready for a easier delivery and labor. So less complications, less pain relief. It means you're getting stronger and fitter to get ready for all the bending and lifting you're going to do as a new mum. You're exercising your cardiovascular, so you're going to be a fit mum, fit grandmother. And also you're taking in nutrition for the both of you. So not eating for two as in double, but bearing in mind what you need and what your baby needs. There are a huge number of benefits to training during pregnancy. Where do I begin? Well, the two biggest complaints, I would say, through women going through pregnancy and afterwards is not being able to lose the weight gained during pregnancy and lack of sleep. So exercise, research shows that exercise will help you sleep better during pregnancy, and if you sleep better, the baby sleeps better, and then when the baby is born, they'll sleep a lot better. And then also in terms of the losing the weight gain during pregnancy, if you exercise during pregnancy, you won't gain all the unnecessary fat. You'll only gain what is healthy, necessary, and then afterwards you're able to get back to your life quicker and to your pre-pregnancy shape. So they are just like the two main biggest complaints, really. But there's things like it decreases your risk of gestational diabetes. So 1 in 300 women get gestational diabetes. So exercise controls your blood sugar, because when you are pregnant, you are a little bit more insulin resistant. So exercise can help a lot. Also, you deliver faster, so you're not in labor for as long. The baby handles the stress of delivery much better. And I was reading I've got a book by a professional triathlete, and she said, labor is the biggest athletic event of your life. So you kind of want to be fit, strong, and ready for it.
Yeah. Where do people start, Rhian? Where do people start? I mean, there's probably, what do? They people who are just pregnant first 10 weeks or something, do they have to do a special regimen? Could they do a special regimen?
First trimester, up to 12-13 weeks. I mean, you can pretty much maintain your normal routine. So I was able to maintain my usual routine. What people do suffer with in the first trimester is quite a bit of tiredness and fatigue. So you may not want to train. You may want to rest, take a nap instead of going training, which I did a few times. And you probably want to bring in a lot more core and pelvic floor exercises, which would be very important during the pregnancy and the labor. And there'll be little modifications. For instance, the abdominal crunch, you may want to do like isometric things like a plank instead of the crunches. So little modifications can be made, but you can pretty much maintain your routine through the first trimester.
So still doing 30 or 45-minute workouts, 70-80% intensity.
Yeah, I mean, your heart rate will be around 15 to 20 beats higher, for instance. So your 80% will be less. Do you get me? You're still working at 80%, but it will be less. So you're still pushing to 80% limit, but the limit will be lower.
Right. Low impact, medium impact, no impact workouts?
Impact is fine in the first trimester. I mean, towards end of second trimester and third trimester, people kind of eliminate impact. They maybe stop jogging and start walking.
Right, I was going to say, people who run a marathon pregnant and stuff. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I mean, they still run in the day before. So it does depend on what you're used to. Completely depends on what you're used to.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to training 2-3 hours a day. So for me, even though I'm pre and postnatal qualified, I've learned what the average Jane needs to do, but not someone who trains at a high intensity, who wants to maintain a high level through pregnancy. So I've done a lot of research, a lot of reading, got a bit more guidance on that.
Yeah. Can you speak upon the idea of getting fit to be pregnant for a second?
As in people losing weight, ready to get pregnant?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's quite common. I think what people realize is that in order to conceive, you need to have a healthy body. So if you're eating junk food every day and not exercising, then you're not putting your body in the right conditions. So a lot of people try and change their diet, get into a better body weight, knowing they may put on another 2 stone during pregnancy. So although I've also heard there's no point in getting in shape until after I have a baby.
Yeah.
The other way, yeah.
But they're missing the boat when they do it that way, right? Because the conditions, your environments for the child is not healthy. Is that sort of the logic there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, when they stop exercising with pregnancy, they get lower back pain, they suffer with bad posture, they don't feel good in themselves, their confidence goes down. Yeah, there's so many benefits to exercising during pregnancy. There's literally no drawbacks. The baby is fine, the baby is healthy, and your body will tell you to slow down if it needs to.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's always good to be in shape for any physical activity, even pregnancy.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's always
I'm
beneficial.
quite excited for labor.
Yeah.
My friends think I'm crazy, but I'm really excited for labor.
Can you give us a simple routine for someone who's 13 weeks or 16 weeks, or what are you doing now?
I'm doing a mixture of, so I take flywheel classes, I instruct flywheel classes, which is indoor cycling. Cycling indoors is perfect. For instance, last week I had 6 pregnant people in my class. It's low impact, you're inside away from the heat, so you're in full air conditioning. You're not on an unstable bike, so when your center of gravity has changed, you're very safe and balanced. And also it works all the major muscles, so your glutes, your back, all your leg muscles, and also we add an additional arm workout as well in the flywheel class. So I do cycling and then functional strength through the week. So functional strength is basically all exercises that are related to real life and everyday situations. So things like deadlift, rows and press-ups, with a sprint on the treadmill in between 500 meters, come back off, carry on the exercise, like a little bit of a circuit format.
And women at your stage can work out 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or more, or how would you recommend?
It really does depend on what they're used to. For instance, someone who just wants to start getting active for their pregnancy, they really have to start off gradually, especially when the whole idea is to kind of listen to your body, and if you haven't got that body awareness, it's quite difficult. So it does depend on what you're used to, and what I'd say is basically drop the frequency slightly, drop the intensity slightly, and drop the time slightly to what is comfortable.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And as you move along through the pregnancy, you might want to drop that further.
Mm-hmm.
For me, first trimester, tiredness overwhelmingly meant I dropped my intensity quite a bit, but now second trimester, when you get that surge of energy, you can bring it back up again. So
I'm assuming you're an advocate for yoga as well, to keep the body fluid.
Yeah, I'd be completely honest with you, I've only ever done one yoga class. Yeah, I have a lot of yoga instructor friends, and they try and drag me there. I just say something for when I'm older. I'm okay.
Well, let's not poo-poo it yet, right?
But there is a lot of prenatal yoga classes, prenatal Pilates classes, which people thoroughly enjoy and is very good for you. And they'll go through all the breathing techniques and they'll
Right.
prepare you for the labor. You know, yeah, I think it's very beneficial.
Okay, excellent.
Maybe I will step in a class in the next month or two.
Absolutely. I'm assuming that it can only benefit you and everyone
Exactly.
else. Absolutely. I'm curious to know when you had said something about eating for two. Can you clarify exactly what that, I guess, what that means, and what people should look out for?
Yeah, so one of the first things the doctor will tell you when you go in and do your pregnancy test, they'll put you on a prenatal multivitamin just to make sure you're getting all the multivitamins that you need, and also folic acid. So folic acid is found in asparagus. So asparagus is super high in folic acid. Um, so lots and lots of veggies. Carbohydrates, because you are a little bit more insulin resistant, you want slow releasing carbohydrates. So sweet potato, brown rice, oatmeal, wholemeal breads, wholemeal pastas, things like that. And then lots and lots of protein, because at the end of the day, you are growing a human inside of you. And proteins are used for so many things in the body: skin, hair, nails, antibodies, enzymes. So lots and lots of protein.
How much quantity are we talking about now? Because I've heard people just overeat and they just gain
Yeah.
extra weight and they blame it because of the pregnancy. How do you go about that? What was your advice on that?
Yeah, I mean, your mindset does change. You think, well, I'm pregnant, let's have some time off, let's eat the cake, it doesn't,
Yeah.
honestly, it does. It's kind of like holiday season, when you're at home at Christmas. It's Christmas, I'm pregnant,
Mm.
it's fine. Um, but it does take discipline. But what you've got to think is that you are growing a baby, you want it to be as healthy as possible. You want to give it the best nutrition that you can. Um, So yeah, you've got to think about that and not let that slip your mind, because people do. They put on a lot of unnecessary fat,
Mm.
and some people never lose it. They
Mm.
have a baby and another baby and another baby, and the weight just keeps piling on.
Ah, right.
So, and it depends on the culture. I mean, some cultures still think, for instance, my Arabic clients, when you get pregnant, you rest and you eat, basically. And they're quite open about that. But
Mm.
they're not judgmental in the fact that I train. But and I think the Indian culture as well, I think they're pretty much the same opinions. So I mean, it's inevitable. You're going to get weight gain if you stop exercising, and
Mm. So,
yeah,
so as far as the meals go, the suggestions would be eating clean, obviously. Um,
yeah,
Nutritious foods for the baby, I guess, is the priority, right? And
yeah. A little bit more calcium, because the baby takes a lot of calcium from the bone. So people take a bit of extra calcium, extra vitamin B, and some extra vitamin D. They are the common ones.
hmm hmm and
Yeah.
and when how do you talk to someone who has cravings? Because that is an interesting
Ooh.
emotion,
Yeah.
and um, how do you talk to someone who has them, and how do you help them?
Well, it depends what the craving is. So, for instance, my craving at the moment is vine tomatoes.
Okay.
I have eaten so much vine tomatoes this week, it's ridiculous.
Mm.
So, I guess it's better craving tomatoes than chocolate, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to craving unhealthy food, I mean, the craving isn't overpowering that you can't control it. You've just got to have that bit of discipline there. I
Mm.
mean, ice cream is a popular one.
Yeah.
You eat ice cream all day and you're in trouble.
Mm.
So, I mean, pickles is another one. You crave pickles. I mean, there's not much harm done there,
Hmm.
but it's not an overpowering craving that you can't stop it.
Yeah. The advice is to think of something
Keep,
healthier, or
yeah, think of an alternative that your appetite fancies, because you do get to a stage where you don't fancy anything but
Hmm.
tomatoes for me.
Yeah.
So think of an alternative, and also keep thinking about what you want to feed into your body when you have a baby growing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because they say whatever you are craving, your baby will really, really like when it's born.
Right. Yeah. That's very
So
important.
a couple of weeks ago, I was craving red wine. Now I never ever drink alcohol, and
Oh.
just craving red wine so badly. And someone said that to me. They said, "You do know if you whatever you crave and have. Obviously, I'm not going to have red wine.
Mm.
Your baby, your baby will like it when they grow up."
Yeah, so it's always good to remember that because we're sometimes selfish, and we're all kind of selfish, and and
Yeah,
we just do what we want, right? And
yeah.
that's
I mean, it's
important.
the same kind of concept as if you continue smoking during pregnancy, your baby, when it grows up, smokes.
Mm,
It's like that comfortable, familiar setting.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so we kind of talked about working out. Would you have a recommend or a short routine someone could do who's just got pregnant, and then someone who's second trimester? What kind of workout maybe would you have a
Um,
simple routine
it
that they could
depends what
follow?
they were doing before, but I mean, the safe ones are swimming and walking.
Ah,
So yeah, so if that's what I normally recommend, because I mean, in a way, as a trainer, you're playing it safe. I don't want to recommend new things to people if they're not used to it. But swimming and walking, I mean, it's great aerobic exercise.
yeah, that's a
Um, yeah, I mean, second trimester, there's a few modifications that need to be made. Like you want to avoid lying on your back and lying on your stomach.
mm-hmm,
So you may need to modify things like lying down leg curl on your front. You
mm,
obviously can't do that, so you do a seated leg curl.
mm-hmm,
Um, Barbell thrusters, barbell lying across your pelvis. I used to do those, but now I obviously can't, so I
mm-hmm,
do squats instead.
mm-hmm,
There's different modifications that can be made.
mm-hmm.
And like I said, the plank instead of the crunch. Yeah,
Okay. That's always a good recommendation because obviously the routines have to change. You have a
yeah,
belly, and you have so some different movement patterns now. So we all have to
yeah.
uh, adjust to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising what things need to change. So normally I have a massage once a week, and even a massage, I can't lie on my front.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Very good. Excellent. Um,
Sleeping at night is a lot more difficult as well, but yeah.
for sure. For sure. Um, what is it about the heat too? Sometimes, obviously, you're in the heat, temperature, things like that. Stay away from it, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to avoid overheating. A lot more sensitive to overheating. I was in an outdoor concert last week and the sweat was running down me. Yeah, definitely want to avoid that as well because your heart rate is a little bit higher.
Mm,
Yeah, you just want to be careful.
yeah.
Make sure you're hydrated, drinking plenty and plenty of water,
Right.
and avoid those
Yeah.
situations.
Because
Yeah.
even when people work out, the body temperature rises too. So is that something people should be worried about as well?
Yeah. So in my gym, I'm constantly asking them to turn the aircon lower because, and I'm someone who always feels the cold. I never feel the heat. So it definitely takes a big step up in the temperature, in the
Yeah.
body temperature.
So try to keep
There's a
cool.
lot going on in there.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure, for sure.
yeah.
And then just to summarize about the nutrition aspect, making sure eating nutritiously for two, and not
Yeah.
overeating. What else could you say? What we talked about?
Yeah, and supplementing if you need to. If you're not getting your calcium through milk or through vegetables or through any dairy products, then yeah, you may want to supplement in calcium. Um, Vitamin B is a good supplement if you are feeling really low in energy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Omega-3, some will recommend omega-3, some won't. There's a bit of controversy there.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely prenatal vitamins with your folic acid. They're essential because it prevents spina bifida.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then in terms of exercise, lots of core work. So in terms of someone starting exercise, swimming and walking, and then lots of pelvic floor, because you want to make sure those pelvic floors are strong, and lots of core exercises.
Very good. Planks primarily, right? planks or?
Yeah, isometric are pretty much the safer. Side planks, front planks, yeah.
Absolutely.
Press ups are a good core exercise.
And then
Yeah.
throw in some yoga if you can, right?
Yeah.
Throw in some yoga if you can.
So in terms of yoga, because of the relaxingness release, the hormone, your joints will be a little bit more lax. So they will avoid long stretches. Yeah, so prenatal yoga is a little bit different. So try and go to a prenatal yoga class as opposed to normal yoga. Or always go, when you go to a class, always inform them that you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So they have a heads up and they can modify.
Absolutely. So just real quick here, the last two things. How do people get a hold of you? And then what's the last piece of advice you could share with us? So how do people get a hold of you? And last piece of advice.
I'm on social media, Facebook and Instagram as Rhian Adams Athlete. In terms of contact, if you could contact me through my website, which is www.rhian@rhianadams fit for life, for as in FOR, fitforlife.co.uk, and there's a contact form on there.
Excellent. And
so
last piece of advice.
August, I'll be taking on a lot of online training clients, 5 to 10 online training clients as well. And there'll also be training programs to download on the website. So that will help.
Awesome. And then do you have any last piece of advice just to share with us?
Last piece of advice. You can have a fit and healthy pregnancy and the baby will be safe and your body will tell you to slow down if you're doing too much.
Very good. Excellent.
So keep it going.
Keep it going. Do not stop working out is basically it, right?
Do not stop. Get yourself a trainer, invest in a prenatal qualified trainer, and it's a good investment into your body, your future, your life. So
awesome. This was fun, Rhian. I really enjoyed it. This was
thank you.
Took a little bit, but we got it done.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be very helpful. And for everyone who's on Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in. For everyone later on, we'll put this as a podcast, and you guys listen to it as well. So thank you so much, Rhian. Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
we'll talk to you soon.
It was a pleasure.
Have a good day. Bye.
See ya.